Bro, dude, he's weaving all the other songs in. I'm so glad I listened to it in the way I did. Yo, and welcome back to another Honest Take. Today we're reacting to REN's new song, Suicide, and I personally have experienced a suicide in my family. It was my cousin. It was awful, and I feel like I've processed through it. I feel like I've came out on the other side. But if anyone's going to show me that I haven't, it's going to be REN. And as always, guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and let's get into this. Here we go, man. Oh, it's an AI video. Love it.
Falling through the cracks of the night sky. A light goes out on the other side. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide. I'm so fucking lonely beneath this. Narcissistic, can't keep a secret. Miscount sheep, but can't sleep, a misfit. Some say trouble, but some say sadistic. Bruises my brother, one time or the other. My skin felt counterfeit, silicone rubber. Bruises my sister, skin pop the blister. Dig deep, resist the feeling when it hits you.
Bro, this is awesome. Holy shit. I'm covered in goosebumps, but this speaks to me so much because I see music in my head like this. It's like this melting AI effect, and the fact that AI is making it so it can be real is really tripping me out. Wow, this is awesome.
Falling through the cracks of the night sky. A light goes out on the other side. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide.
Sick boy, bitten by a tech boy. I feel like it's not me, it's the world that's sick.
Bro, dude, he's weaving all the other songs in. I'm so glad I listened to it in the way I did. I made a whole series of Who is REN, and oh man, this is great.
I'm so fucking washed up and seasick. Masochistic kid with a split lip. 6 feet deep, I can't eat, I'm nervous. Won't stay down cause my body purges. Useless my mother, can't keep in my supper. Skin so pale cause my cheeks leak colour. Truth is my father, you choose your karma. Draw for the sword, then drive through the armour. Falling through the cracks of the night sky. A light goes out on the other side. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Suicide.
Oh man, I love that suicide is the word that's in focus because he got accused of the high REN video being, you know, promotional suicide bullshit by CNN, if you can even call CNN news anymore. But I'm so glad he's not backing down. This is so good.
Suicide, suicide. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Suicide, suicide, suicide.
It's hard to take off from the ground when your wings are cut. Your stomach burns when you're drinking from an empty cup. You know the entire ocean came from my tear ducts. I see the world through Fibonacci sequences and double Dutch. I guess there's some that's born lucky, there's some that's not. I tried to cut away my bitterness, hatchet job. I locked my youth inside a trunk, inside a pickup truck, then dumped the whole thing over that same bridge the night you jumped. I think about that sometimes, vividly. What it felt like to look down and see tranquility. One sudden movement in a world of possibility. Only one movement to expose our fragility. I fucking miss you, and I miss myself. I miss thinking we were indestructible as well. I miss chilling by the pier cave and kicking back with Callum, Hugo, Sega, Justin, Stevie and the fucking lads. I miss missing that. I numb myself to close the gap. I never even call them up. The distance is my plaster cast. The truth is to the day you jumped, my childhood jumped too. But I still can't find find the anger. All I find is missing you, man, I miss you. With all my rhymes, I picture running 5 minutes quicker, I'm right on time. I picture pulling you back over the edge and then we're crying, and holding you, my brother, and telling you that it's fine. Not the way that it worked, cause I was late like a jerk. There's not a day where I could find a way to break from the hurt. Your body missing, so we never got to wave to the hearse. I hope you're listening, I love you, man, I miss you absurd. Fuck.
Wow, guys, I'll share a personal story to that. So when I was about 11 or 12 years old, my cousin committed suicide, and the night before she self-released from a depression clinic, who, you know, they knew she was probably going to kill herself, but legally they had to let her go because you can't hold someone against their will if they can prove, you know, they're quote unquote in the right mind. And it was July 3rd of 2001, I think. And she came over to the house, and I was upstairs playing video games. And up until this point, you know, it had been a mess in the family. You know, tensions were super high. She was, you know, cutting herself. She was throwing these huge fits of rage, you know, punching holes in walls. I think she tried to kill herself like 3 or 4 times before this. And she came over my house because it was on the way home from her place. And I remember so vividly, I hear my name being called from the bottom of the stairs. And she was just like, "Hey, are you there?" And I kind of ignored her at first because, you know, I'm like 11 or 12 years old. I don't know what to do. I come from a very non-confrontational family. And a second time, she's like, "Hey, come down here," in like some weird, for some reason, I was just like, all right, let's see what she wants. And I didn't go all the way, you know, I kind of peeked my head around the corner. And I remember so vividly that she still had she still had bandages over her wrists, like big bandages, like that long. And she had a big smile on her face. Her eyes were all lit up. And she's like, "Come down here." And I was just kind of like, okay, this is really weird. And I walked down, and I remember the bandages were still red from like a fresh wound. And she just gave me this hug. And it was a long, long hug. And I looked in her eyes, and it just like, she looked relieved in a way. And I was just like, all right, well, here's your hug. What else do you want? And, you know, being an idiot 12-year-old, what are you supposed to do? And, you know, fast forward 12 hours on the 4th of July, she, you know, I don't know how to say this in a way that's, you know, PG, but, you know, she shot herself in a hammock in her mom's backyard. I don't know. For a long time, I carried the weight of just, you know, what REN was talking about in the end of the song. It's like, oh, you know, what could I've done? And Jordan Peterson talks about this a lot. He's like, this is the problem with suicide. It leaves everybody behind. It leaves everybody thinking, what could have I done? I could have done more. And I think when you're in that level of pain and you're just that far deep in the hole, I don't think, it doesn't seem like you can rescue them. And I know that's a really grim outlook and a really painful outlook. I've thought about this a lot, and I don't have an answer. I'm still, like I said in the beginning of the video, clearly I haven't processed through it, because that ending almost made me cry, because I know exactly what he's talking about. Aside from the personal story, the music was phenomenal. The video was absolutely haunting. Beautiful. I don't know if that was AI generated or he just had an artist work in an AI style, like almost like that growing permutation type look. But man, he just keeps delivering. Every single song is better than the last one. He's a living legend, and I hope he's okay. Because hearing him at the end of the video so upset, and clearly, having an episode that he recorded prior and then built a song around it, it's hard to listen to, but it's necessary to listen to. And I do find it interesting that he released this during June, which is also Men's Mental Awareness Month. I don't really have anything else to say other than Ren is awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. We love you, dude. Stay strong. We need you. And as always, guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you like me, I love you. And if you don't, you can fuck off. Peace.